can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course, the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries, there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead, everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023.
On the streets, the commander adapts.
So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it. Because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai like Atiku and the rest of them and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told our Yoruba friends that this thing you're supporting, this very evil government you're supporting, when they tagged IPOB a terrorist group, you supported them. You are going to pay a very heavy price for it. Had the Yoruba journalist stood up and said, IPOB did nothing wrong, you cannot tag them a terrorist group, believe you me, by today, you will not have Fulani people occupying Yoruba forests. and
With the armor
farmlands.
threat neutralized,
Because
the commander
in this
presses
life,
the
what
advantage.
goes around comes
He has
around.
proven his army
If
can
you
adapt.
support evil today because
He
you're
has proven
benefiting,
they can win.
eventually
And
that
now it
evil
seems
will
even his
overwhelm
rank
you.
and file
The same thing
soldiers
happened to
have learned their
APC.
limits.
The same thing happened to
The
Fulani
revolution is
Caliphate.
growing.
They brought in terrorists from all across the
humans.
Sahel. They brought them into Nigeria to try to force
humans
Jonathan
control
out of
the
office.
skies.
Now Jonathan is out of office.
feline
They
elements
are
are
now, of
scattered
course,
in an
reaping
instant.
what they sowed. All of
The
them.
conflict has escalated into all-out war.
Do you see that the
A
North
desperate, chaotic battle
is
for
in
control of
as
the
much
city rages on.
disarray as we have in the South, if not worse?
Defeated on the
When they were
conventional field again,
grooming and breeding these
the
terrorists,
commander turns to a new and
they
terrifying
thought they were
front.
doing it just to assume political power. They never knew there was another dimension to
Create
it.
the super soldier.
That
The
these
program
terrorists that they
demanded
all
peak physical
created
conditioning
will come back to consume
and a
them.
high-protein,
And that is what is happening today.
tuna-fueled
It is the spillover of their same,
breakfast of
should I say,
champions.
terror effects that we are feeling right
no idea
across the
what's
South.
coming.
That was why we said with the launch of ESN that we cannot allow that nonsense to continue. They know they are not going to make any headway in the East.
The plan
They have
required a
turned their
mind
attention to the
unburdened by
West.
ethics.
They are forcibly
can't
occupying
run
their
into
land and
streets.
telling them that they cannot do anything about
Deeply
it.
unstable
A
scientist.
whole presidency
The
in a
process was
country
agonizing.
openly
the
and
result
brazenly supporting
It was a
terrorists.
living battering ram.
All of you watching and listening all
first
over the
of a
world,
new
you know
terrifying
that
task
Miyet
for
Allah
feline
is a
heavy
terrorist
infantry.
organization. You know that. They have killed. They have said that Benue State is theirs for the taking as a spoil of war. All of you are aware of it. You know what they are
final
doing.
offensive is
Anywhere
ready.
you have Fulani
The
headsmen,
infantry.
terrorists for that matter, they tell you, oh,
artillery.
they are pastoralists. They are allowed to do their businesses in the forest. All of you are aware of
Their
it.
newly acquired armored division.
But you kept quiet, hoping that somehow Tinubu
forces
will emerge
were
as the
positioned
president,
for the final
or an Igbo man will come as the president, and your family will start enjoying. But in the meantime, you have no more farmlands, you have no more forests, you have nowhere you can call your own home. The same stupidity
relentless
exhibited by
barrage from the feline
Hausa
artillery.
peasants that enabled Fulani to take Sokoto
Weakening
from
the
them,
human defenses.
that enabled Fulani to take Katsina from them,
Paving
that
the way
enabled
for
Fulani
the
to take even
ground
Kanu from them. Every Hausa land is occupied either by a Fulani emir or a Fulani governor. Some of you don't want to reason, you don't ever learn that the main aim of Fulani is to conquer your land and enslave you. Look at Hausa people today. As I wrote yesterday, they are worse than a discarded tissue paper. They are worth nothing. Only their language is what is relevant in their lives. Everything else is lost.
The human
All of
retreat has
you
become
are
a rout.
repeating the exact
A
same
desperate flight
mistakes
for survival.
that the Hausas made. That is why they are in trouble. And that is why they can never ever come out of
And
it.
look at this.
They are all
Full
suffering
might of the alliance.
from what I
of
would,
war.
an advanced
A
version
unified
of
force
the Stockholm
fur and
syndrome.
fury, ready to end.
Can you imagine that these people came into their land and took it over and they cannot do anything about it? Hausa is gone. It took Fulani very many years before they came out of their shell to say we are Fulani. Remember before, many years ago, they said we are Hausa Fulani. We are Hausa
They're at
Fulani.
the airport.
Because that time,
reached the
their subjugation of the Hausa race hasn't been completed. Now they have completed it. Have they not completed it? And what is happening right now? I ask you what is happening now.
They haven't
Fulani have
conquered
now
the
come out to
city.
tell you we are Fulani
They've won
people.
the skies.
Is that not what they are saying now? They are not telling you we are Fulani. No more Hausa Fulani. What does that tell you? That the Hausa race no longer exists. Do you want the same thing to happen to you? Do you want the same thing to happen to your families, to your villages? Do you want your